So today I am here to talk about my experiences with PCOS, otherwise known as polycystic ovarian syndrome. I just wanted to share with you guys my struggle. So let's get started. It is actually common in a lot of women who are overweight. My first experiences with the side effects of PCOS, which at the time I didn't even know that I had, but it was around middle school, and I packed on about 80 to 100 pounds in like a year and a half. And that is like excessive weight gain. And you know, I would like walk around town all day, like all weekend with my friends and things like that. But we would, you know, be out till the middle of the day all the way till night. And then at nighttime we were partying, dancing, you know, basically a lot of bodies in one small area, which means sweating. And at the time, it didn't seem like it was a bad thing, but now that I think about it, it's probably kind of unsanitary. No shade to all you club goers, but I don't get down like that. No. So, you know, was obviously you're in middle school, so it's really an insecure feeling. It's not fun. I can remember things like what they would call the beat test in gym class. They call them suicides now because you want to commit suicide while you're doing it. Actually, you want to commit suicide like while you're doing those or before. I would prefer before I do them. Just kill me now. But or you want to commit suicide after you get done. Basically, it was like you start at the baseline. You have to get to the other baseline before it beeps. So if it beeps before you get there, you're out. And I hated that test so much in gym class because I was carrying around like a lot of weight on my chest because, as you guys know, I'm extremely big chested. My boobs are so huge. It's inherited. So that's what would happen to me. And then aside from just, you know, my breast sucking the life out of me while I was running, I was tired. I felt like I was out of shape, but I mean, I walked all the time and I didn't understand why I had that much weight gain. And then I also experienced like a lot of hair growth. And this is a side effect from high testosterone levels. Physician's office, she just ordered a lot of blood tests for me. I went and got them done, and she was like, your testosterone levels are 4 times the amount that they're supposed to be. This would cover all of the unwanted hair growth, such as sideburns on my face, right? Everybody gets chin hair, but not that excessive. My arms, so hairy. Legs, so hairy. Ridiculous. Stomach, like, you know how men have that sexy, like, landing strip, like, over their belly buttons and it's, like, little hair or whatever? I watch too much boxing. But, it's never enough. It's never enough. But I would get that on my stomach and stuff like that, and I'm like, what the hell, like, who shaves their stomach, right? So that was like really upsetting to me that I had to start shaving like so early. I mean, I know by middle school you should be, but when you just look like Sasquatch and you're not even like Italian or like Middle Eastern or anything like that, all those cultures that are really hairy that people know about, no, it was upsetting to me. And it was just work, like. And you know, when you go to gym, you have to put shorts on and this. So sometimes I wouldn't get dressed for gym because I didn't have time in the morning to like shave and stuff because my parents would be like, get the hell out the bathroom. So it was tough and everything. And then in the wintertime, I loved because I didn't have to shave and I could just wear sweatpants in gym class. But then like in the summertime, it's too hot to wear sweatpants when they have you running a mile outside, you know? That brings me to my next thing. All of the physical activity in gym class wasn't fun. The only thing that I was really good at was floor hockey, and I used to whoop ass in floor hockey. And I don't know why, because it's not necessarily a black sport, but I guess, you know, if the hockey puck fits in the goal, you know, score. I was rock climbing, and unfortunately I wasn't able to do that because my boobs were, you know, I was holding onto the wall like, you know, this, and then my boobs were like fighting against me holding on to the rock. So I was like trying to hold on, but then every time I would like try to move, my breast would like push me away from the wall, and I wasn't for falling on my back and embarrassing myself. So I was just like, screw this, I'm not doing rock climbing. Another side effect of PCOS that I got, besides the testosterone and all of that other horrible stuff, the rapid hair growth in all the wrong places, I got acne. So I wasn't getting like cystic acne, but I would get a lot of dark spots like all over my face. I still have it, but I like to try and cover it up just because it doesn't look good. I do have videos on here where I don't have makeup on, you know, but for the most part, when I get up anyway, just in general, even if my skin was clear, I would still put on a face because that's just the type of girl I am. I'm a real girly girl. But I've learned to accept all of my flaws. You know, that's the only way you're really going to get past them and really love yourself and gain your confidence. So another side effect besides the acne was hair loss. So, you know, one time I went to my physician and I was in her office damn near in tears because I washed my hair. I would always wash my hair like maybe 3 times a week, you know, because I wore hair gel in my hair all the time. So I had to wash it out, and my hair would literally come out like in clumps. And thank God this stopped happening. This stopped happening before I even had my surgery. For quite some time it was happening where I would lose like clumps of hair. Like there would literally be hair strands just wrapped all intertwined in my hands, and I was just like, what is going on? Because thank the Lord I have really like thick hair and stuff like that, because I probably would have been really thinned out. It was bad. And then another side effect that I had was calcium deficiency. I, you know, never bothered to drink milk before. Like I said, I don't like milk at all. You know, it's not really something, if I have to stomach it and drink it, I will, but it's just not, it leaves a nasty taste in your mouth. It's just, it has a whole bunch of stuff going on that I don't really like. You know, after I found out that I had a calcium deficiency, which is unfortunate because I had problems like knee problems, and I had foot problems. Like I had to go to the podiatrist because I was working, when I was working, I would be on my feet for like 8 hours and stuff, and my feet literally would be like, I would have rather have them cut off, like honestly. And I know for all those people who don't have feet, you know, they would probably be like, you're such an ass. But honestly, when I would be standing up for 8 hours, it would be like I felt like I was being crucified on the cross. It was horrible. Went to the podiatrist. She gave me some, well, she didn't give me, I had to pay for it, but you know, she prescribed me something called Super Feet, and they were actually like really hard inserts, and you just put them like in your heel area in your sneaker, and they really help. However, they do wear out, you know, through time, which is expected, but for a good, I'd say for a good like 8 or 9 months, I felt like I was walking on clouds. And don't get me wrong, my feet still would be uncomfortable. They just wouldn't be unbearable. And, you know, I also had knee problems, like joint problems, where I would be running up my flights of stairs to get to my, you know, area, my sanctity. And my knee would pop, you know, and it was always my right knee that would pop. And I'm right-handed, so, you know, you use your dominant side of your body more than your least dominant side. So my right knee would always be giving me problems. Like it would pop, and then I would just feel like, you know, uncomfortableness for like a few days, you know. These are side effects of the weight gain, you know, being so heavy. It was like I had neck problems. Like when I would wake up in the morning, my neck would be so sore, it would be so stiff. I don't have these problems anymore unless like when I'm doing resistance training. Like I think last week I pulled something, but besides that, I don't have back problems anymore. Like I used to be able to crack my spine all the way up my spine, literally starting from like my waist area. Another side effect that I got, which is actually this to me wasn't really a side effect. This to me was an actual win. This was a W. I had irregular periods all the way since I was in middle school. And then after 3 months, I actually didn't have regular periods anymore. So to me, that was actually a plus. It was a win, just because for all women out there who have their menstrual cycles, just know, like, it's annoying. You know, you bloat, you bleed, you're bitchy, you know, all of the B's, you know, the 3 B's, bloat, bitchy, and bleed. All things that don't go together, you know? And I didn't have regular periods until literally after surgery. Like, as soon as I got out of surgery, Aunt Flo showed up. And I was like, bitch, you weren't invited. Having your period while you have a catheter in is like facing one of the worst kinds of hell. It's so horrible. I hated it. Ever since, you know, I got out of surgery, they've been regular. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. It's a self-cleanse for a woman's body, so what are you going to do? I have, you know, I know all about the period prevention, you know, birth control, this and that, but I also heard that some birth controls can make you gain weight. And I'm not really trying to like combat like me gaining weight versus me trying to stop a period. I would rather just go through like the 5 days of being a bitch, the 5 days of just losing it, the 5 days of back pain, the 5 days of cramping. So I know I don't have it as worse as some girls do, but it's just better to not have it. I was put on a medication called metformin, and that medication made me sick. Like, I started getting really, really like clammy and cold, and I felt like a cold sweat, and I was at work at the time. And obviously under a lot of stress, because who likes working in retail? So, especially with a douchebag like the person who I was working with that day. Sad that I can still remember. But, yeah, I was I was getting like crazy. I felt like so crazy. So I was like, I have to go home. So I left that person, at work by themselves, and I didn't give two, you know, craps about it, because I was like, I have to go home. I didn't even bother getting the fill on it at my local pharmacy. I was just like, screw this. I think I took enough metformin. I don't have this disease anymore. You know, women down below that let me know all about their experiences. I would love to hear about it. Other symptoms, side effects, things of that nature. What did you do to get rid of it? Is it resolved? Is it not resolved? If it's not, you need to get it taken care of, just because you could lose your hair, and that was the biggest one for me, like losing my hair. My body got really hairy, but my hair on my head was being ripped out by my hormones. How is that even? It's like always bad. Like nothing's ever good like that. Like you don't have like good side effects. Like, oh my God, you know, your lips are more plumped, or oh my goodness, your eyelashes look like, you know, they're so fake, but they're not. No, okay. I need eyelash extensions. I need collagen in the lips, but I need me some tracks in the head too. Like that's not, you know what I'm saying? All negatives that have to do with PCOS. Sad, sad, sad. But I got mine resolved, hopefully. So far, no more side effects. I will be getting checked. I will let you guys know what happens in that appointment, if I can ever find another hormone doctor. I don't really like going to male doctors, just because I have this whole thing in my head, and that's just a whole nother video. I can't wait to shoot that video, because that's a whole nother video, and I've had conversations with other women about gynecologists, you know, and things of that nature, so that's going to be a fun video. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!